Okay, hey everyone, Charisma Dezoni here, and I am super excited. Today we're going to be doing a small webinar on marketing on Facebook, preferably marketing your book on Facebook. And I'm actually going to be doing a series of marketing tools to share with you on social media. But the first one that we're going to jump into is Facebook and how to, I'm going to, excuse me if I turn away from you slightly. I'm just going to look at my notes here and there. So I just want to make sure that I touch on everything with you. And so, Facebook has an incredible audience. It's a platform that allows you to have touch points in vast directions because, number one, your audience that you have on your like page is usually consists mostly for most people, your friends, family, people that you're a little bit more intimate with. Social media, that by definition requires you to be social, right? So with having Facebook and this massive audience out there, it allows you to be able to captivate and garner audiences of people who are outside of your comfort zone. And you need to be outside your comfort zone because mostly the people that you know who are the closest to you generally really don't support you as much as you'd like them to. And however, you want to have more people who are supporting you so that your product, your business, and or service can grow, right? All right. So Facebook is one of go-to programs or platforms for you to have that. So we're going to speak about multiple ways that you can do that. Now, one thing that I like to do is number one is create my own groups. So I'm gonna small out my screen here and we're gonna go to Facebook and I'm gonna continue to talk with you. So anyway, so one thing that I like to do on Facebook is number one is create groups. All right. And I've created many. Number one, I create a group, something that is kind of a niche because number one, when you create a group, number one, you're allows you to be able to put people in your own space that you can kind of move. You can control that wave. So here, you'll see I'm part of many groups. There's no doubt about that. But also, so these are the groups that I manage: Living in Full Existence, Black Women's Network, different groups, and they all call to a different individual. I meet people, I make an intro with them, ask them if I can recommend them to my group, and then after a while, when your group starts getting some traction because your members may share what you posted, other people then will request to be in your group. And I keep them private as well so that I can control the situation of who can come into my space, and then it allows me to be able to post. The other thing that I like about groups is that because Facebook now has these algorithms that people talk about, and you can have 2,000 plus followers on your like Facebook page. It doesn't necessarily mean that all 2,000 followers are going to see your content. Okay. If people aren't liking and sharing, it's very limited on who sees your information. But what I really like about having a Facebook group is that every member in my group sees my post. It goes on their page. All right. So that's one reason why you should have a Facebook group page. All right. Because it allows you to be able to control and definitely get your message out there to the people that you're looking to connect with. Now, the other thing that you can also do is make new friends. All right. Facebook. You must be social. So the way we do that, let me go back to my home page, is that I'll go here. Now, I was meeting some new people earlier. I'll go to my friends and you know what? Let me take you back. So let's go back to my group. All right, let's go. I'm going to show you something. So I make new friends every day. I spend few minutes in the morning, and I'm gonna go. This is new, so we're gonna go to Black Business. This is one of my new groups, and I'm gonna click on my members. I have 21 currently, and I've only started this a few weeks ago, and it's growing. So let's see. Cecily Simmons. She's CEO and founder. Let's click on her. And so she's in my group, guys, but guess what? We're not friends, which is fine because she still gets to see all my content that I post in my group. However, she has friends. And so friends who have friends, you make connections with, and I'll click on people and friend them. I look for people who have professional photos, and I'll click a little to find out a little bit about them. Professional photos, and I also want to see how many mutual friends we have as well. That's one of my pet peeves. Okay, and make sure they have a real page because you get a lot of fictitious stuff here. So I'm going to add a friend. And then more from her page. Once you click add a friend, more people will come. Now, mind you, don't go crazy getting spammy and all, and just clicking add a friend, add a friend, add a friend, because they definitely will block you, Facebook that is, from friending too many other people because it starts to look really spamish. Let's see, Coretta Brown. Looks like she may work in a court, but however, she seems to, be professional, work with a consortium of women. And so we're gonna add a friend. All right, well, nothing popped up after adding her. Let's go back here. Oops. I don't troll people's pages, but I definitely look to see if there's anything of interest. Now, her page just may be blocked altogether. She doesn't have anything. I don't know if that's a real person or not, so I'm just going to steer clear of that. Let's see what Joanne has going on. Okay, she and I have 24 mutual friends. I don't know what type of business she does, but I see that she's definitely networking with a lot of other people who I have been in contact with. So I'm going to go ahead and add her as a friend. All right. And I'm only doing a few because, like I said, I probably did the most earlier today. But anyway, so this is where I go. So after I've friend requested some folks, I'm going to go to recently added. And so you see, I added Coretta. I believe I added Stephanie and there was someone else. But I definitely did these two. So I'll go to her and I'll click on message. And I'm just going to say, hey, Coretta. Matter of fact, let me drop this down a little bit so you can see my screen. Okay, so, hey. Make sure you spell the person's name properly. What is my usual message? You know what? I forgot what my message is to folks. Let's see. I usually have a set message that I send people, and I don't. Let me see something to cancel this. Cancel. Okay. I want to make sure I keep my cancel. Oh, okay. What did I say to Nicole? So she and I have been going. So here it is. I like to keep my phrases short and sweet. I don't want to be too wordy. I don't want to seem stalkerish. And I just want to get straight to the point. Be friendly. So, hey, Coretta. Make sure you don't have anybody else's name in there. So just wanted to say hi and thank you for being a Facebook friend. And send. Okay. And then let's see, did Stephanie? Yeah, I messaged her earlier. Okay, so I've messaged these people already. And mind you guys, I do this probably about 10 minutes in the morning every day, and it builds my list. I've been doing this now for a few months straight. But I also go through, I'm up to over 4,800 friends, I think. I deleted some folks yesterday. Oh, 47. I deleted a lot of stuff yesterday, especially when pages start, when the pictures go blank, I delete those because I don't know what that's about. Um, and that's it. That's really the nuts and bolts of Facebook on how to get more to add to your list. Okay. Now, once those people send back, I'll make small conversation with them. How are you? Oh, I see that you do this. You know, you're in this business. How long have you been doing that? Make small talk with them. Just don't like, hey, how are you? You know, I need you to buy my book, do this. You know, people do not want to be sold, but they do want to know that you have a general interest in what they do. Nobody cares about what you do, what your product is. It's all about what do you have that can help me? It's me. Everything is the me factor. Okay, so don't get into about what you do. Engage the individual and just small chit chat, you know, nothing major. And you can say, hey, listen, I have a book collaboration. You seem like a person of interest. Can we talk? Or you can send them to a link. Plain and simple. Get to the point. There's only two things that someone's going to give you: a yes or a no. All right. And if it's a no, you want to, get there fast, but be intentful and purposeful, but have some tact about it. So don't be too overwhelming. And some people may be like, oh, I don't want to actually message somebody today. And so she was like, oh, let's talk. And I was like, great, let's schedule a 15-minute call and schedule a 15-minute appointment call, however, and she was like, appointment. And it's phonetics, guys. Some people, I said, if it was Channel 4 News calling you, wouldn't somebody saying, let's schedule an appointment to talk about your project, make you feel some type of way then? No. So sometimes people just get in their way. That's all right. Your blessing wasn't meant for them, but they'll catch it on the way out the door. Now, the other thing that you need to do also is start creating more content on Facebook. Whether you are doing videos like this one and you're uploading, don't make stuff long, but content is king. Oh, see, Coretta responded. It's my pleasure to reach out. So I'll go back and I'll double back to her in a second. People do respond. All right. But also you want to make sure that you're giving great content. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot, but whatever your talk is or whatever your passion or purpose is, share it. Because let me tell you something. Once you put something out there on the World Wide Web, it's there to stay. It doesn't go anywhere. Facebook does not shut down. I mean, if you send somebody stuff over and you're just, using this Facebook the way that Facebook doesn't like, they'll put you in Facebook jail. But your stuff does not stop showing up in the system. Facebook is constantly working when you're sleeping, whatever you're doing. Facebook is just running all the time. So make sure that you're, also sharing great content on Facebook, that you're posting at least 3 to 4 times a day. This is what's going to get people, seeing you, noticing you. Use your groups that you put up also to post information in, because remember, that information is going to go directly to the people who are part of your group as well. On your like page, not so much, depending on the algorithms and how many people like your stuff. So like 2,000 followers, you may have 20 people, 30 people that see you, who is only the people who are maybe 100. So if you have 2,000, you might get 200 people here and there. But the point of the matter is just being consistent with it. Now let's go back to my Facebook, because she responded, and let's see. So, did she respond? Oh, here it is. Let's see something. Going a little slow. Okay. It's a pleasure. Thanks for reaching out. Awesome. This thing is really moving super duper. I guess I got too much going on at one time. All right. It was a pleasure. Thanks for reaching out. Awesome. I see. We have a few Facebook friends in common. Are you, let me see, before, I don't want to ask any crazy question like, oh, are you an entrepreneur? So she's a lover of nature, fresh water, sustains the earth. Okay. So you want to be engaging. I'm trying to figure out what is it that she does exactly. Oh, are you okay. Are you okay, I see here. Comment. Are you a lawyer? Based on the picture, I'm gonna ask if she's a lawyer. Considering that I have a particular book coming out. Well, I don't. I have a collaborator that has a particular book coming out. If she's a lawyer, she may be a prime candidate to be part of the book, especially a woman of color in law. And number one, if nothing less, guys, I tell you, nothing less from this, what people are going to start to do is notice you because, number one, just by nature, we're nosy. So we can't help ourselves from being like, well, who is this person and why are they messaging me? What do they do? So make sure that your Facebook page is interesting, that you're keeping your posts current and that you're, updating your content. And you will attract, believe me, it's like flies, bees to honey. I don't want to say flies to the other stuff, but it's like moth to a flame. You're the flame and they're the moth, and they can't help. If you're constantly putting that information out there and posting, people are going to start gravitating towards you. So the thing is, and even when you're not writing your book, you should always be working on your social media because social media is what's going to get you out there. All right. What else did I want to talk about? So we talked about content. I spoke about, and basically what I'm doing is knocking on virtual doors. So when you hear us talk about knocking on virtual doors, this right here, when you go and you friend somebody and you send them a message, this is knocking on virtual doors. What else? I spoke to you about the groups, knocking on virtual doors, and also just creating content. So those are my three top picks of things that you should definitely be doing. And you should be good. It'll start what you'll notice is number one, you can only get up to 5,000 friends on Facebook. After that, the people who like you will then become your followers, and that will just grow exponentially. So I hope that you have enjoyed your time with me. I wanted to make it short and sweet so I could really give you the nuts and bolts really quick and easy. And you'll catch me on the next video, and I believe I'll be talking to you either about Instagram or LinkedIn. Either way, you're going to get it all. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but I just want to make sure that you get the information. All right, guys? Thank you very much. And let's roll up out of here.